In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create this cool looking high impact glitch title animation. That is actually one of the title animation that you can find in my bundle pack. More details in this video. And today I'm going to show you how to create this specific effect. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty easy to create and hopefully you'll get something out of it. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. The effect is done in Fusion, of course, but first let's grab from the effects menu, let's go to titles and let's take title plus effect to our timeline. And with the playhead over this timeline, open Fusion. Okay, in Fusion you got two nodes, our template, which is our text, our media out, that shows us the output. What we need to do is, let me close this effects menu to have more space. If you're new to Fusion, this is how it looks when you open it. You might not have this navigation panel, so tap V in case you don't see it. I like to have double viewer. If you don't see it, just click this button. By double viewer, I mean you got two windows where you can preview your result. Right now we are previewing the media out node. This little white dot is indicating that it's previewed on the right. If I enable this dot, left dot, it's previewed on both screens. You can also tap 1 or tap 2 to disable the preview. Okay, so we got two nodes and we need a background node. So simply drag it from this menu like so. Double click this line when it turns blue. That will disconnect it and connect the background to the media out. By default, background is black. So in the inspector, what we need to do is to make it transparent. So just drag the alpha to 0. Now let's merge our template over the background node. It's very easy. Just drag the output of it over the output of the background node like that. The merge node should be created like so. Nothing changed because all we did was we've merged the template, the text over the transparent background, which basically is the same as before. What I need now is rectangle mask. So just drag it from this menu. Let's put it somewhere here and let's preview it on the left this time. So I will tap 1. This is by default how it looks. The black area shows what the mask is masking. And what I need to do in the inspector, I need to change the size of it. I will make it really tiny. So I will set the width to 0.05 and the same for height 0.05. Let me position it on the left bottom corner. So with the center control, I will place it somewhere around here. If you want to zoom the preview, just hold Ctrl and scroll. Yeah, I need to move it a bit more to the left and to a bit downside, like so. Okay. With this rectangle mask, I need to replicate it. I need to duplicate it all over this Canva, all over this background. So with the rectangle mask selected, open selection tool, which is shift space, and search for duplicate, that one, and click add. But it's connected by default to the blue input, so drag it to the yellow input, like so. And let me preview the duplicate node right now on the left, so tap 1. Now in the duplicate node, go to inspector and in the copies, set it to 20. Nothing happened yet because we need to change the center parameter. So I will change the X so the copies are moved to the right, like so. And I want a bit of space between each of them. So like so, I think it's perfect. Now with the duplicate node selected, open selection tool again and add duplicate node again. That will connect my second duplicate node right after my first one. And in the second duplicate node, I will also set copies to 20. This time I will move the Y center control so that, let me preview the second duplicate node. As you see, I've increased the Y control. Basically, I make a copy of this line and I stuck it on top of each other. That's why I need to move Y control. Yeah. To sound like that. That's perfect. The cool thing with duplicate nodes is that in here in the inspector, you got the jitter tab that allows you to create stunning stuff. Just play with it and you'll see how powerful duplicate node is in terms of different kind of animations. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the jitter mode to random and I'm going to change the random seed to 10. And I will increase also the blend to max, which is 1. So if I play it, this is what it gives me. Okay, it will jitter the blend parameter in a random seed that I set to 10. And I will do the same thing for the duplicate node number 2. So jitter tab, random, 10, and I will also set the blend to 1. And this is what we get so far. That will be very helpful. Let's change the default text in my template. So let's put something bolder and bigger. Let's call it title animation, or I don't know, title glitch. Okay, I'll set it to extra bold and bigger like so. Okay, let me change the color as well, maybe to blue. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this mask that we created to mask our template. So just drag the output and connect it with a blue input. And this is what we got. But what I want to do is right after our text node, so select it, add a transform node. So click this icon. That will add a transform. And in the transform node, I will increase the size to something like this. But I will also mask it with our mask. And this is how it looks so far. To make it even more interesting, right after transform node, I will add edge detect node. And in the inspector, I will check edge mask overlay, and I will decrease the edge width to minimum, like so. So this is before, this is after. Then I disable the preview of this mask. So this is what we got so far. Not bad. We need to make it some kind fade in and fade out. We don't want this glitch effect to be persistent along the whole animation. So we need to keyframe it. First, what I'd like to do is at around frame 10, I will go to my text node, and in the settings, I will create a keyframe for apply mask inverted. Because one frame later, I want to change this control to be checked, like so. So from 0 to 10, we got the normal mask, and after frame 11, we got the mask apply as invert, okay? And let's say the animation will end at around frame 16. So at this point, we want the text to be already normal without any glitches. So we need to get rid of this glitch at frame 16. So the easiest way to do that is to disable or to make our mask to disappear. So I can go to my rectangle mask here, and I can as well keyframe the level control. That's very simple as well. Just go one frame earlier, create a first keyframe, and one frame later, just set it to 0. And this is what we get so far. And as you see, we need to also keyframe the edge control because it's persistent over the animation. So you can do the same for edge control. Just go to settings and keyframe blend control. So create first keyframe, move one frame farther, and set it to 0. You can play with the size and transform node if you want this effect to be bigger or smaller, but in general, this is how this effect is done. You can also mask this edge effect if you wish. I think that looks as well very nice. And now I'm going to show you how you can end this kind of animations. The easiest way to do it and the most popular is to play it backwards after you reach the half of this animation. So let's do the same. So with the merge node selected, open selection tool again and search for dissolve node and add. Then click somewhere on the nodes panel, open selection tool again and search for time speed. Now we need to connect it that way. You connect the merge with the time speed to the yellow input, and you connect time speed to green input of the dissolve. Okay? In the time speed, change the speed to -1. And in the dissolve, you need to animate this background foreground parameter. You can do it with the expression, but I will show you another way. So right click on this control and choose modify with anim curves. As you see, this modifier tab is enabled now, so you can enter it. And in here, choose custom instead linear. And all you need to do is to shape this line so it's behave as you desire, right? So I will click somewhere on this line. That will create a reference point. And in here, you got in and out. So in, I will set 0.499, which is almost the half of this animation. And for the out value, I will set 0 because up until the half of the animation, I want this clip to be playing in a normal way, not in reverse. And then create another reference point on this line. So click it. And again, in set it to 0. Maybe 501. So also very closely to the half of this, to the second half of this animation. But this time set it to 1. So what the dissolve node is doing, so let me go back to tools so you can see it. So background, foreground, I think it's self-explanatory. When you got background set it to 0, it will play your yellow line, which is your background. But when the background foreground control is set to 1, it will be playing the green line, which is a foreground. Anything in between will create some kind of dissolve effect. But we don't want that. We just want two values, 0 and 1. So as you see, when I'm moving my playhead on the first half on my timeline, this value remains 0. And somewhere in the middle, it switches between 0 and 1, like that. So from this moment, this animation will be played backwards. So if I play it, this is how it looks. It's revealing in and revealing out. Thanks for watching. Hope you've learned something. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already. Leave a comment. That really supports and helps to develop the channel. Don't forget to check out my other title animations. There are 19 of them already, but it's constantly growing. Also check out what my bundle pack is. Cheers and see you in the next one.